Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 11. I'm Tim Callahan. Tonight's top stories. A week after the City Council tabled a vote on a new shelter, we're taking a look at how city officials are moving forward, tracking their next steps. And a local teacher on the red carpet at the CMA Awards tonight. More on Josh King's night with country music stars, plus a complete wrap of tonight's show-stopping ceremony from the performances to the big winners. Here.
Bakersfield student athletes are doing the next step to making their college dreams come true. We'll have a look at some of the athletes who put pen to paper today. Allison.
And we'll be dry across Kern County this week, but some rain in the forecast next week. More details on when you can be expecting that when 23 ABC News at 11 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 11 starts now.
Good evening. It's been a week since Southeast Bakersfield residents packed out City Hall, many expressing concerns in front of City Council on the purchase of the Calcott property off East Brundage for a new homeless shelter. The council hearing the community's concerns, pressing pause moving forward with that purchase, asking city staff to look at other properties and engage the community. 23 ABC's Josh Sanders spoke with city staff today. Josh, staff saying wherever the shelter is built, their priority is for it to be a good neighbor for the community, right?
Good evening, Tim. Exactly. I spoke with Assistant City Manager Jackie Kitchen. She says the Calcott property is a good location for the new shelter, but understands the community's concerns, but now wants the public to know there are many factors that go into purchasing a location, and it's not a quick fix.
The process that went into looking for a site was complex. It was very thorough. We looked at over 650 individual properties within the city of Bakersfield.
The homeless crisis continues throughout the state and here in Bakersfield. The latest point-in-time count report showing over 1,300 people on the streets in Kern County, with 80% located in the city. Those numbers causing Bakersfield City Council to look for a new all-inclusive homeless shelter. Not just a place for a person to have a bed, but a step towards breaking the cycle of homelessness and dealing with the symptoms that often lead to the now epidemic.
If you give someone a bed for a night, you're not necessarily addressing their addiction. You're not necessarily addressing their lack of employment or their lack of education or the other things that they need or the other things that may have caused them to be there in the first place.
Last week, city staff thought they found a location in the Calcott property on East Brundage Lane that would meet the criteria in a search for a new shelter. But after residents expressed concerns over the location, size, and what many say was a lack of transparency by the city, council members pressing the pause button on the purchase.
There is no perfect location.
Council member Andre Gonzalez has both the Bakersfield Homeless Shelter and the mission at Kern County in his ward. He says although he understands the public's concerns, Calcott is a prime location for the new shelter and wants to dispel any fears.
Anytime community members come out and they say they want more time to understand the issue, and it was clear hearing a lot of the feedback from residents that we ought to take a little bit more time to share with the community.
Gonzalez says the new shelter will not be a drop-in center and that people will have to be referred in order to receive services, and that it will be closed off to the public. And even though there would be the potential for 450 beds, the initial phase would only be around 100 to 150. He says there will also be enhanced security and cleanup services if there are any issues. As for transparency, the city says they value community feedback, but because of state property law, they cannot announce a location until the seller agrees to the purchase.
Think of it like when you purchase a house. Whoever's selling that house to you has no guarantee that you will actually come forward and carry through until the two of you have agreed on a price and you've both signed on the dotted line.
A lot of moving parts and 650 properties they looked at, or over 600 properties they looked at. Jackie Kitchen says the city heard the community's concerns last week, and along with talking to several faith leaders and community organizers in the southeast area, they are looking for a venue for a possible public meeting at a city facility, and will immediately announce the time and location to the public when they narrow that down. Bottom line is they want to engage the community before that January 22nd city council meeting. For now in studio, Josh Sanders, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Josh, thanks. Homelessness, of course, top of mind for many people for the last few months, and now the public has a chance to be part of the discussion. CSUB holding its Homeless in Bakersfield, a community discussion event. University officials say they're bringing 3 experts on the front lines of the ongoing issue. Bakersfield Homeless Center Executive Director Lewis Gill, Sean Morrissey from the Union Station Homeless Services, and Dorothy Edwards from the Housing Works of California, all in attendance. It's happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the December Reading Room at the Walter Stern Library. Now to a developing story out of Oildale tonight. Kern County Sheriff's deputies investigating a shooting and an assault at a home there. According to the Sheriff's Office, around 9 o'clock tonight, they responded to reports of a home invasion robbery in the 400 block of Ray Street. Deputies found one person with gunshot wounds from a shotgun, another who had reportedly been hit with a shovel. The person hit with that shovel denied medical care. The person shot, taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Deputies still trying to confirm whether there was actually a home invasion or not, so there is no suspect information at this time. The exact circumstances of what happened still unclear, and the investigation, according to authorities, is ongoing. California Highway Patrol needs your help finding a vehicle that was allegedly involved in a hit-and-run crash. That crash happening October 26th around 9:30 on Roberts Lane and Higgins Drive in Oildale. The car hit and killed a person there. CHP says the suspect vehicle is a tan Nissan Armada that was captured on surveillance video from the Empire gas station on Roberts Lane. Officers asking for your help identifying the owner or driver of the Nissan. If you have information on the crash or the driver, call the CHP office at 396-6600. New developments tonight. Bakersfield police revealing one person has been arrested for the killing of a woman. According to BPD, 20-year-old Keontae Shoemake was arrested at his house after a search warrant was used. He was taken into custody without incident. Sarah Bustamante found dead back on October 5th outside Tommy's Liquor off South Chester Avenue. Shoemake arrested for murder, criminal threats, and illegal weapons possession charges. He's been booked into the Kern County Jail. News around the state now. A father and daughter in court facing charges including rape and kidnapping, and it ended here in Kern County. Authorities saying 55-year-old Stanley Lawton and 22-year-old Cheyenne Posh Lawton kidnapped a Las Vegas Valley woman, held her captive for several days, then left her for dead in the desert. Investigators say military police found the victim outside Edwards Air Force Base. The woman, who has not been identified, hospitalized for her injuries, later released. The two suspects due back in court December 17th. A traffic alert now to tell you about the G Street intersection on the north side of 24th Street, set to be closed around the clock. That starts tomorrow. The closure set for 7 tomorrow morning. According to officials, it's needed for drainage work expected to remain in place through November 21st. Traffic will not be able to enter or exit G Street at 24th, but the closure not expected to affect westbound traffic on 24th Street. Remember to slow down, watch for those construction workers and equipment while driving through the area.
Warm and dry conditions have been the main story across Kern County for the past several afternoons. That's all thanks to high pressure that's dominating over the region and bringing those above seasonal temperatures in California and surrounding states. And that's going to be the case again tomorrow. So today, a high of 78 degrees. That is 11 above our seasonal average of 67. And we've been seeing those dry conditions and really no winds across the region. So if you can think of Bakersfield and the valley as a bathtub, so we are seeing mountains to the east as well as to the west. So all of that wildfire smoke that we saw a few weeks ago, as well as blowing dust, has just been stuck here in the valley. And we are just waiting for our next system to help clear out some of that haze, because we have an air quality will be unhealthy for sensitive groups for yet another afternoon. And we aren't tracking winds to pick up until later Thursday evening. I have more details on your full forecast coming up next.
You may have watched this year's biggest celebration of country music, the CMA Awards, airing right here on 23 ABC tonight, and with an iconic lineup. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez on the red carpet tonight in Nashville, along with a Kern County native. We'll get to that in a moment with the biggest moments of the night.
The iconic women of country music kicking off this year's CMA Awards. The focus staying on celebrating the ladies who've defined the genre, with Carrie Underwood for the first time sharing her annual hosting duties with legends Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire.
We're doing it for all the little girls watching tonight, dreaming of ruling the world of country music, or maybe just ruling the world.
The night sprinkled with nostalgia and newcomers.
And you're looking at the future of country music right here.
Packed with powerful performances and big honors for the best of the best in country music.
Beautiful Crazy.
Song of the Year going to Beautiful Crazy by Luke Combs. Maren Morris, who had the most nominations this year, taking home Album of the Year for Girl.
Thank you, country music. Thank you to the fans.
The show closing with the biggest awards.
And the CMA Award for Male Vocalist of the Year goes to Luke Combs.
And the CMA Award for Female Vocalist of the Year goes to Casey Musgrave.
And the CMA Award for Entertainer of the Year goes to Garth Brooks.
And Garth Brooks actually told me he voted for last year's winner, Keith Urban, again this year. But so many were pulling for the only woman in the group, Carrie Underwood. They're now hopeful it'll be hers to take home next year. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Nashville.
Well, check out this shot. This is a familiar face on the red carpet for tonight's CMA Awards. Independence Elementary School teacher and viral video sensation Josh King was there. King getting to greet and hang out with country music legends Reba McEntire, Randy Travis, and many more you saw in that piece there. You may remember King as the local teacher who was earlier this year went viral with that online remix there, the popular song Truth Hurts by Lizzo. That's the video. The video getting the attention of Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki, who invited him onto the show, surprised him with the announcement he would be their special red carpet correspondent at MTV's VMA Awards. Then he appeared on their show again, surprised with the assignment to work the red carpet at tonight's CMA Awards. I say, hey, just keep going. Let's do the Emmys next, or, you know, whatever. Keep going, King. All right, King scheduled to appear on Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki again tomorrow. Who knows? He may get another assignment like the Oscars. Again, you can catch King tomorrow, GMA 3, Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki, which airs at noon. Right here on 23 ABC. Congrats to him. Well, get this. We learned this tonight. Willie Nelson fans, listen up. You get your chance to hear the country music legend live. He performed tonight also at the CMAs. But Nelson adding new tour dates for next year, including one stop here in Bakersfield. Willie Nelson and family performing at Mechanics Bank Arena, actually the theater, on Saturday, January 4th of next year. Tickets start at $52, go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. Well, coming up here at 11, the Kern County Fire Department celebrating the careers of 3 of their own. We'll have a look at the new deputy chiefs now with the department. Allison.
And this year could be in the top 3 for latest starts to the wet season ever in Central California. So I'll let you know when we do have a chance to see some rain right here in Bakersfield. Coming up next.
Welcome back. The Kern County Fire Department congratulating their newest chiefs today on social media. The department posting on their Facebook page the photos after the 3 of their own there promoted to the status of deputy chief. Officials saying in the post, congratulations to our recently promoted KCFD deputy chiefs, Aaron Duncan, Sean Fraley, and Corey Regan. Officials also saying that together with Fire Chief David Witt, as well as Chief Deputy Dean Bowler and Deputy Chief Steve Shoemaker, they represent more than a quarter century of combined fire service experience here in Kern County. We'll start lacing up your shoes, maybe stretch a little too. Get ready to run through iconic streets of Bakersfield as the runners will now be taking off for the Bakersfield Marathon. Is coming up this weekend. Here's a map of that route as it happens. The 4th annual Bakersfield Marathon will kick off Sunday. The event includes a half marathon, 10K and 5K. Saturday, the final day to register if you're still interested in any of those races. Participants running through dozens of neighborhoods, including Oleander and Westchester as well. They'll pass the Kern County Museum, Bakersfield College, and the race starts and ends both at Cal State. It's a big route. The marathon is set to start at 7 a.m. bright and early on Sunday. And event organizers for the marathon say they still need volunteers tonight. They can need your help in certain areas, mostly course monitors, meaning you'll keep an eye on certain sections of the course, making sure everything runs smoothly. If you're interested in being a volunteer, contact Active Bakersfield Alliance 249-6450. Well, this month, 23 ABC collecting donations for children and parents around Kern County. We need your help for this Bakersfield baby shower. We've teamed up with 3 local organizations who take care of the most vulnerable babies and children in Kern. You can drop off donations like diapers, wipes, formula, clothing at Express Pharmacy locations around Kern County or here at our 23 ABC studios through November 20th. Then the following day, we're going to have a baby shower here at our 23 ABC studios where we will accept more donations from 5 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Our studios located 321 21st Street in downtown. More information on the organizations benefiting from our baby shower, the items needed, You can go to our website, turn23.com, or visit our social media platforms. Well, the forecast for this weekend into next is kind of all over the place, Allison. If you're looking for changes, a little bit of everything for someone out there.
Yeah, I think if somebody likes cooler temperatures and rain, well, this forecast is for you. So we are seeing thick cloud cover across Kern County right now, and that's going to act as a bit of a blanket. So that means temperatures are going to be just shy of what we were feeling today, still above average though. 61 degrees as in Bakersfield right now, 56 in Isabella, and 59 down in Fraser Park. And these clouds are all thanks to our next system that is going to be bringing a big dip in temperatures by the end of the work week. As for tomorrow, well, by the time you're maybe taking the kiddos to school or your dog on a walk, 58 degrees at 8 a.m., 72 by 12, and 76 by 4. And those temperatures are going to be cooling quickly as we head into your Thursday evening and on Friday, because just like I said, our next system going to be bringing rain to the Pacific Northwest. Now, a dry cold front will be sweeping through California. So again, no precipitation, but we are going to be seeing an increase in wind. So that's hopefully going to be helping to clear out some of that haze that we've been seeing here in the valley and dipping temperatures down into the upper 60s. We have not felt that all month long, but it is unfortunately short-lived. Back up to 79 degrees for your Sunday, 80 on Monday. That would be the 7th day of 80-degree temperatures in November so far. But then if you look at Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we are tracking our potential first rainfall of the season. Looks like just a 10% chance on Wednesday and Thursday. A few models are in disagreement, but this is something that we will continue to track closely. But at least temperatures will be back down to those 60s with another increase in fresh winds. A high of 75 degrees in the Kern River Valley tomorrow, 69 in Tehachapi, and 66 in Fraser Park. Again, Friday going to be the coolest day of the week. A slight warm up this weekend, but for anyone that is running in the Bakersfield Marathon, well, still going to be warm, but not too bad, and hopefully that air won't be as bad as what we were seeing last year.
Those models never agree on anything.
No, not this far out at least.
So lock them in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure it all out.
We need to know.
That's how that works.
What's going on in sports?
Well, in sports, we are looking at some student athletes that put pen to paper because they're going to be playing some college ball. We'll have those athletes coming up in sports. Welcome back to 23 ABC Sports. I'm Carrie Osep. The Arvin Bears have been looked at as the underdogs all season long. Last Friday, they showed the Shafter Generals that they were just the opposite. And the biggest contributor, our Friday Night Live Player of the Week, Gil Medina. Medina and the Bears, a 12 seed, defeated the 5th-ranked Generals on the road, who have found some momentum as of late. Medina rushing for 330 yards and 3 touchdowns. It set the Bears up for a postseason upset and a chance to take on the 4th-ranked Strathmore this Friday, keeping their season alive. Besides just the insane stat line, Medina broke off a 95-yard score, which you're watching right now, where he burned the entire Shafter defense on his way to the end zone. He was thankful for the run and is ready for this week's matchup.
In my head, I was just, don't take me down, like, please just let me get there. After going through all the guys, we want to be able to put up the same fight we put against Shafter, and just hopefully everything comes out good.
We just don't have Gil. We have a kid named Billy Avila who shows up every week, and he'll give you some big runs on the perimeter. We have another kid named Junior Casas that'll break a big play, and then now we're starting to run the ball with our fullback. If they just focus in on Gil, they're going to be in trouble.
The Arvin Bears have their chance to upset Strathmore on the road this Friday at 7. And Edgar Maras, he likes those upsets. Well, it's National Signing Day, as quite a few Kern County athletes put pen to paper to sign their national letters of intent. And many of them you'll be able to see play at the next level as they're staying right here in town in Bakersfield. Starting with Garces Soccer's Ibube Epkemogu signed his letter of intent to Cal State Bakersfield. The senior led the team in goals last season on their way to that state championship. He thanked his teammates and coaches, and especially his mom, who was front and center today. Ibu is excited to stay close to home and become a road runner.
It actually took about 9 months for me to decide. I just wanted to see what else there was, but after revisiting and everything and just panning out the options, CCB was the best fit for me.
Richie Grant adding another Bakersfield player to his roster. We love to see that. Well, over at Frontier High School, it was signing day for 5 Titans. Haley Plugley is headed to Wichita State to continue her volleyball career. Tommy Hopefae will be playing baseball up the 99 at Fresno State, while wrestlers Jose Landon and Garrett Fletcher are continuing their careers on the mat in college. Fletcher at Emory-Riddle and Landon at CSUB. And joining another runner will be All-State pitcher Chris England, the 5th best lefty in the state, who also is excited to stay home.
You know, everyone in the community, we come out here, all my friends, family, so it just means a lot to me staying in town and keeping in touch close with my family. Everyone out there is getting stronger, faster, and so I'm excited to see what we can do as a team, and hopefully we can do something big in the Big West.
Another soon-to-be runner with those high hopes is Highland's Nick Salas, the Scott slugger who averaged a .482 batting average during Highland's successful run earlier this year, grabbing a championship as well. He'll be joining England on CSUB's baseball team. The two-sport athlete was joined by his coaches and his family as he expressed his gratitude for all their support, sharing a beautiful moment as he was overcome with emotion, talking to his siblings and parents. He had a lot of people in tears in the room as he humbly found the words to thank his loved ones before putting pen to paper to make his collegiate dreams official.
They all played a major role in my life, and they all contributed to me working hard, me motivating me, and just keeping me on the right path throughout my whole life, and I appreciate every single one of them for it. It's an honor to be able to let everyone come watch me, stay at home and staying in Bakersfield, and to represent Highland and the city of Bakersfield as well, what I've been doing my whole life, and so it's just a blessing.
We want to say congratulations to Nick and all those athletes. It's a good day to make your parents and family proud. Well, talking about those road runners, the CSUB men's basketball team on the road tonight in northern Iowa. Their quest for a bounce back following their OT loss to South Dakota fell short. Runners lose 67-55 to the Panthers. They will host Life Pacific at home on Friday for an early game. Well, another Bakersfield Condor has been called up. D-man Caleb Jones heads back to Edmonton following Brandon Manning being placed on injured reserve list today. Condors, they will hit the road for Colorado for a weekend series against the Eagles. As I always say, guys, we love to see those Condors move up, but again, it's tough to see them lose some of their stars.
Yeah, we need some of them to stay, but that's the point of this team is to feed them up north.
Yes,
but it's really fun to see them win also.
Yeah, we love the winning. We're hoping they're going to get back to those winning ways soon enough here.
Yeah.
A little colder up in Edmonton.
Oh, yeah.
Bakersfield.
I think so. They're probably well below seasonal, but we are well above seasonal. I have one final check of your forecast coming up next.
Hey, it's Mike.
And Danielle.
Join us for 23 ABC, first at 4:30.
A national hero is coming home. Details on the ceremonies being held around Bakersfield in his honor.
And this warm, dry air mass finally moving on shore. What that means for the rest of your week on 23 ABC, first at 4:30.
Welcome back. Roller coasters, what do? They go like this?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like our 7-day.
Exactly what the 7-day is doing, as well as conditions outside. So we are seeing cloudy skies and very low relative humidity values, but looks like that won't be the case for long. So we are going to be above seasonal in the 70s on Thursday, near seasonal in the upper 60s by Friday. Another warm up to start next week, but then a nice cool down by the middle of next week, and a chance for some rain. We have not seen any rain since October 1st, so
bring it back.
Then, yeah.
That's it for us here at 11. Thanks for being with us. We'll look for you again tomorrow evening. Good night.